there, folks, and welcome to this episode of Michael's Backyard Marina. This is part 2. This is the 18-horse Fastwin. This is one that I picked up for, I believe it was 90 bucks or something like that. Ran good, but as we saw in the part 1, we got bad compression on that top cylinder. We only ran about 60 pounds. We did get good compression on Badger Bob's donation to the cause. On his 1968 18-horse Fastwin. We're going to mesh these two together because I've got great electronics on here that work like they should. I got a good googity-goo carburetor on here that works really good. I'm going to try the carburetor on the Badger Bob's power head first. Just simply because the difference, I don't know why, they have an adjustment on the float bolt here and they have one up top. So maybe this one's a better carburetor overall. I don't know. Maybe that's a carburetor that works just fine as well. It's weird. They're both the same year, exact same year, but they both have two different carburetors on them. I do have, you can see it up here in the background, this is a pan. I just set it up on here for now. This is where this one broke. Let me get it up here close to you in here. See where this one's broke right here? That's really thin. And it doesn't have to be that thin. Nice thing is it looks like, to me, I could actually weld that up and leave the buildup on the inside. Maybe even on the outside too. It doesn't look like it, primarily on the inside. Yeah, we can build up the inside. But anyway, I'm just kind of looking at how that piece goes on there. And I kind of like all the components here that I got from old Badger Bob. For the most part. I don't know why I can't put that back together. I'm not sure why somebody took it completely apart. I spun the drive shaft around a little bit. The gearbox seems to smooth okay. It moves smoothly. I'm going to go ahead and pull the gearbox off of it though. We're gonna do a pressure test, and we're gonna do the change the gear oil anyway, and we're gonna check the seals. We did a pressure test for the seals, and we'll go from there. But first and foremost, I want to pull this power head off of here just to get it clear and free of everything. And like I said, just see which components out of this I want to put together onto that guy, because that one's been stripped of pretty much everything. Well, I shouldn't say everything, a lot of stuff. But I think we can make a good solid runner. Without further ado, I'm going to jump in. We're going to pull the power head off first. I think there's 7 bolts. We'll get that out of the way, and then we'll examine some more stuff. We'll look over some more things together, and we'll get back at it. And I'll come back to you then after I do the time lapse and tell you what my plans are. So, piece by piece. Hopefully by this weekend I'll have this thing running. It's Tuesday. I only got the evenings to work on it, so we'll see how far I can get. Let's get after it right now. Well, we got it apart. It's a little rough around the gills, no doubt. This is an interesting gasket. I'm going to see if I can come up with another one of these. It looks like it requires a gasket, and this is all metal. But that goes right here. Kind of like it. But down here, when I pulled the gearbox off, there was 2 different size bolts holding that gearbox on the bottom. There's always a 9/16 one here, but there was 2 different size bolts going into there for whatever reason. At least the head was different. So somebody had been messing around with this a lot. This had 2 different size bolts holding this cover on. And she just rough around the gills, no doubt. But we got it separated out here. I'm going to get this up on the bench. I got to decide what I want to do. Because all this here really all looks good together. And all works together. The only thing wrong with this is it's busted right here. And I can weld that. I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to fix that. And it does have a broken off, well, the little rubber stud that's supposed to be back here is gone on this side. And I think, looks like they're present and accounted for on here. So I'll take one off of here and put it over there. Like I said, we're gonna take a combination of the best stuff and see if we can make one really good 18 horse here. All right. Well, gotta call it a night tonight. We'll be back out here tomorrow night. We'll dig into it a little bit deeper. But we got all the pieces laying over there on the bench. Some here. I even got this one here. Now this one is in, whoops, let go of my DeWalt bag. Now we got another control piece here, or I don't know what you even call this, with the tiller handle on it. And it's actually in pretty good shape overall. Only thing I saw that was bad on it is it's busted right here. But if I'm not mistaken, I was looking at this one on the original one, and it's broke there. Yeah, it's cracked there too. So that's just a normal thing. That's just a weak spot. But I'll see if I can get that fixed too. Everything on this piece seems to be in a lot better shape than on this one over here. This one's had years of abuse. Maybe not so much abuse, but just a lot of use. So the other nice thing about this one is it's got, both of these are intact. Well, this one's missing one. So anyway, that's the assessment so far. Didn't take me too long. About a half hour wrestling around with that to get that all apart. And looks like this is rubber mount here. Looks like it's lost all of its rubber mountiness. Oh, I see. It's missing some stuff. It's broken off. So there's a rubber mount that was broken. Looks like this one's all intact here. Yeah. This is all one piece, so. Like I said, I think we got enough between the two to get it done. All right, we'll be back out tomorrow night. Alrighty, we're back out here working on the old Evinrude Fastwin, and I'm going to show you what I did here. This piece was broken too. Luckily, both pieces were there, which is excellent. I've taken a piece of steel, ground it to fit down in here, so it kind of hold it. I need to hold it flat, so I had a flat piece in here, drilled a couple holes in it, and bolted it all together. So that's going to hold it in place while I heat this up and do me some aluminum welding here with my map gas torch. So I'm going to get this all fastened down in here. And then what I'll do is I'll actually flip it over and I'll put some spacers under here with the same piece of steel and bolt it back down, and I'll weld the other side. I can leave some buildup on here because this is obviously a weak spot. But if I leave buildup on here, it'll make it stronger, hopefully, than the original. The other thing I've done to prepare this service is I've wire wheeled it all clean with a stainless steel wire brush. Well, let's get the old, I've got the old Map Gas Pro with my automatic torch. Let's see if we can get some of this stuff laid on here without melting through it. That looks pretty good. We'll let that cool off now. All right, so we got that welded. I cleaned that up a little bit. Now there's a crack running across here and across here. I've dremeled that out now with a little ball burr bit with my Dremel tool. So we're going to go ahead and do a little build up here and here before we go to the inside. So we're going to get this back in the vise like this. I'm not putting any pressure on anything but the bolt right now. So this is all out there where I can get after it. Let's get that one welded up now. See if I can do a good job there. Okay, now that I've got the bottom side welded, I've just taken the spacer out from this side, moved it to this other side with a couple of equal length spacers there, bolted it down tight. Now I'll hold on to it like here. And I want to see if I can get that. It's going to be the tricky part, because now I want to get the inside hot enough to put some filler rod in here without getting it too hot that the backside drips down. That's going to be it's a fine line you got to walk with that. And I'm going to go ahead and take a Dremel and grind in here a little bit, and then we'll get to welding. Now you guys might be asking yourself, why is he squirting this down with water? Well, believe it or not, when you hit aluminum with some water when it's hot, it's an annealing process, which will make it less brittle. I think that turned out quite nice. Now, for those of you that don't think I got good penetration there, you can see where it started to droop. That's the battle you have, is not getting it too hot to lose everything you did on the backside. The nice thing is I can grind that down. That looks pretty good. I'm really happy with that. Let's get some grinding done on it. Well, guys, it ain't perfect. But it's back in one piece. We're going to run with it that way. All right, the good news is we got this piece bolted back on. And honestly, I don't need it for this piece right here. I honestly just wanted it back together just for this rubber mount that goes here. And I'll show you what goes in that rubber mount. Or that rubber mounted, a hole for a rubber mount. And here, we got 4 rubber mounts on the bottom of this pan. And they fit right in here. Well, as you saw on the other motor I had running, that it doesn't do any good if you have one broken one, because then this pan sits there and just rattles around. But now I'm going to have 4 good solid mounts. Now, what I am missing off of this one is one of the rubber mounts. But, as good fortune would have it, on the donor motor, or I don't know which one's the donor at this point, but we've got a couple of other problems we want to address here. As you can see here, let me see if I can get you in the shot. You see here, there's supposed to be a shift shaft coming through here that's missing. And just so happens on this old girl, shift shaft's all intact. So we're going to go ahead and take the one off of this one and put it on here. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Starting to get it back together little by little. Now this might have been why somebody decided to take this one all apart and be done with it. Who knows? They broke off this shift shaft. Here's the broken piece. These shift shafts are kind of cool. As you can see, there's a grease zerk right here. And there's a hole right there. It's hard to see. But that's when you grease it, it goes in. There's an O-ring here, and there's an O-ring that's supposed to be right here. And when you grease it, the grease comes in here and fills it up on the inside. Makes this thing move nice and fluid like it is now, which is awesome. So we got the new shaft installed. It actually is pretty easy. We just took the nut off here, a bolt off here. The old shaft slid out, the new shaft slid in. So now we got 2 broken components back together, back in one piece. We're making some headway. It's pretty good stuff. I'm pretty happy with it so far. The next thing we'll do on the next video, there's 2 things we're going to make sure we accomplish on the next video, which is we're going to get this gearbox pulled off. We're going to drain the oil, and we're going to see how it looks. Hopefully it's in good shape. The other piece I want to show you was this little metal piece right here. This was between the motor, and it goes right here, and it actually sits just like that. Right on top here. I'm not even get you in the picture, do I? Silly guy. But as you can see here, this piece goes right in between here, but there's a gasket on both sides. And the gasket obviously was bad. And it takes one gasket goes on each side of this. And I was able to salvage this gasket. Now that I say salvage, I got it off pretty much in one piece. But I'm going to go ahead and buy some gasket material tomorrow. And I'm going to cut my own gaskets for this. No sense in buying them because I think they're only like $8 a piece. But then the bad part is, so far this is the only thing I need to order, and the place I can order from is going to charge me $8 for shipping. So I'm going to have $24 in it for $16 worth of parts. I'll double check the price on the gaskets, but they're rather expensive. The other thing, I think I might have mentioned this in another part of the video, is these rubber mounts. If you had to buy these, I was pricing them. They're anywhere from like $35 to $52 to $58 a piece for these silly things. And fortunately, between the 2 motors, I have enough good parts, enough good gaskets, mounts, and everything to put this back together into one piece. The good news is, like I said, I have enough pieces to put this back together. There's enough good pieces between the 2 of them to make one great, I should say good or maybe great outboard. We've got this welded up. That was a big milestone for me, I feel. Getting that, I didn't know how well I was going to be able to weld that together. It seemed to take the weld pretty well. And like I said, a broken shift shaft. Next thing is gearbox, but we're about ready to set the pan back on. Because I've got the pan right here with all the new rubber studs in it. Not new, but the So this here will go on. Once that's back in place, like I could get this all back in. There we go. That's all be back in place. And then I'll be able to put the power head back on. So we're getting really close to be able to stick that power head back on, which will be really, really cool. And I was looking around. I was having trouble seeing how to attack some of these bolts before. But now I can see where the other bolt head was. May not be so easy when it's all assembled. But, or like I said, well, not when it's all assembled, but when this lower piece is all back on here, when you're bolted in place, I don't think you can see any of this. I think you have to take it apart like this just to get to that one bolt head on the power head, but I'll double check for sure. But anyway, I'm pretty happy with how it's coming along so far. We got one more bit of welding that I'll need to do. There's one other piece that we'll end up welding up on this guy. And right here, as you can see, this is broken right here. And this basically holds this half and this half. You know, it's kind of the stability part down here. The bolt running through here ties the top part together. This ties the bottom part together, and it's broken. So I want to get that back into ship shape because that could put extra stresses on the bolt that shouldn't be there. Who knows? It was designed that way for a reason. So we'll get that one welded up next. And once that's welded, we'll be ready to set the power head back on this piece here, along with the lower unit, with all the rubber mounts. And we'll be getting closer to getting it done. Well, folks, we're making some headway on this guy. I think we're going to have a pretty worthy outboard when it's all done. One that has all the components. All the bolts will be tight, because I found so many loose bolts between these two motors, it's not even funny. And different bolts. We're going to have it all right. Like I said, it's not going to be a full restoration, but everything on it will be correct. And with the right nuts, bolts, and everything that comes on it, or it's going to be like it needs to be. We're gonna go after the next video. We'll go after getting the power head mounted back on here. We'll get this piece bolted down. We'll get the gearbox off, pressure tested. We're in the home stretch here. It sounds like the worst part was taking it all apart. Honestly, going back together actually is going to go quite easily. And I'm going to show you how to make some gaskets, like I said earlier, and make a couple other components if need be to save yourself some money when you're trying to repair one of these old outboards, because some of these parts aren't even available anymore. Now, the gasket I talked about earlier is available, still available on marineengine.com. That's where I get a lot of my parts. A lot of people ask me, where do you get all your parts? Well, there's two places that I focus on for my parts, and marineengine.com is one, and oldmercs.com for all the older Mercury stuff is where I get parts. Anything I use in my videos, I shouldn't say anything, but most of the components that I'm going to use, or if there's anything that I can buy off of Amazon or a link to a website, I'll leave it down below. Be sure to read the descriptions down below. Another thing that's in my description down below is a P.O. box. If you guys want to send me information or send me stuff via the snail mail, feel free to. I got a P.O. box at the bottom down there. Also, I'll have a Gmail address down there that you can email me. If you want to contact me outside of the comments that are just in the YouTube channel, you know, the comments section. But what you all might have been waiting for is we got a drawing. Now, I remember mentioned in the last video that I was going to give away anywhere from 1 to 15 sets of these boat cover support brackets that I designed. And I want to send those out to you folks that left a comment that said how many they'd like me to give away. Well, I'm here to tell you that the magic number was 10. I'll show you on the screen here in a little bit the number of people that left me a comment and the number that they left, and I'll show you the total. But the most predominant number that people said was 10 sets. I've been feverishly printing those 10 sets, so when this video comes out, I'd be able to ship those to you. Also, there's some bonus pieces that I've designed that I want to show you, and I'm going to show you a miniature version of this setup inside here in just a little bit. I've got it set up on my table in the basement. I'm going to show you how I see these things being used, and I'm going to actually add some of these other features, this other design piece that I've created that I'll be sending to 10 lucky winners to show you how it can create more support and stability underneath your boat cover. Might also help stabilize it better while you're putting the cover on. There again, you 10 folks that are the lucky winners, and I'll be doing the drawing here in just a minute. I'm looking forward to giving you or getting some feedback from you folks. I'd love to get some pictures. That's why I'm putting my email address out there. I'll have also in the kits that you win. There will be some contact information in there. I'd love to see pictures sent to me of them in use so I can share with the rest of the folks on a video that as I get these things out there and people are using them. Love the feedback. Also, lost my train of thought. Derailed. Anyway, we're going to do that drawing here in just a moment. And there was over 50 people that left comments. So your chances are literally 1 in 5 or 1 in 5.2 or 1 in 5.7 chances of winning. Also, some of you said that even if they didn't win, they'd be interested in buying some. I will leave that information in the description as well. As to, obviously my address is in there, but my email will be in there that you can email me your request if you're looking to buy some of these. Don't know what else to say about that. Let's get inside and let's show you exactly what this thing looks like, is how the assembly works, and then, or how I'm in my head have it figured out how it should work. And then let's get busy doing the drawing. All right, folks, here's the little thing that I dreamed up. Now, this is a miniature version. Now this is 3/4 inch, I believe it'll be in the description below. I believe it's 3/4 inch electrical conduit, PVC conduit. It's 3/4 inch schedule 40. You can get this at your local hardware stores, your Menards, your Lowe's, your big chain stores. They'll have it. Anyway, now I heated this up and I already created a pre-curve this just for demonstration purposes. You can flex it and get it onto your boat. Now here's where I'm expecting your boat to hit right here. If you saw me on my other channel where I put the covers on, I'm expecting this to either sit on the inside edge of your boat and on the top edge of your boat. And this is I rounded this for maybe some of the John boats that have rounded areas, but you will have a piece of Velcro that I'll provide that'll go here or both places, either or. That you can actually put the soft side of the Velcro to your boat, clean with alcohol first, of course, but then stick that on. That way this can actually go onto your boat and sit there in place. And then you can slip your pipe into it and flex it and trap it in an arch-shaped fashion onto your boat. And then on top of that, I've got, this is the part you guys didn't know about. I made these pieces. And what this is going to do for you is, so you can put a pipe like I have here between your arches, and it'll actually, these snap on, and then you can put a support pipe between. And I'm going to provide, each kit is coming with 3 of these, so these are double-ended, so you can actually tie, this obviously could be a lot longer, but so you can tie these together and give it some more support across the arch. Makes it more structurally, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. It's just an idea. That's why I'm looking forward to the feedback from you guys. This one here is a double-ended piece like this that snaps on and has a pipe, so you can put a pipe on each side going each way. This is just your regular, these pieces of conduit right now cost about $1.49 for a 10-foot piece. Well, my alarm's up. But anyway, that's my thoughts behind this process. I actually haven't put any of these cross pieces on my boat yet, but I'm excited to put some of those on there. I think they're going to be nice across, especially at the top. I don't know about these along the sides here yet, because it could create a dip here. But I'm thinking these could be like closer down, depending on how wide your boat is. You may not need this one, but I think this one up top would be really nice because it'd create like a teepee type of event, or teepee, a tent type of effect on the top here. So this is going to be absolute high point with no sag in between here. And then yes, it sags between here, but that's going to be cascading down. I think it'll work great. But anyway, your set will include, like I said, 6 of these, 3 of these middle pieces, and 6 of these end pieces. So you can create this exact same assembly like this, only much larger on your boat. And you might get it in red, black, or silver color. It's random. You might you might send in your comments, you might say you want, or send me an email that says I want a specific color. Honestly, you're going to get whatever color I send you. It is free. Beggars can't be choosers at this point. Now, if you want to order some later on, and you want to specify silver or red or black or, you know, some other color, that's fine. I can do that too. Just at this time, I'm not doing that. Anyway, let's get down into business and let's draw some names and see who has won the sets. And so far, the sets have been, a number of sets I'm sending out for free are 10. And you'll get them in a USPS priority mailbox like this. You'll have your 6 pieces in here along with the other 3 and 6 pieces that go along with it as a kit. So, anyway, let's get to doing some drawing. All right, folks, as you can see here, what I've got showing on my screen here is all the people that entered in a number. So I got them numbered 1 through 62. That's how many people left comments with a number that's saying how many I should give away. So there's 62 here. And as you can see here, there was, for the number 10, people that said 10, there were 16 of you that said 10. The next closest one was 13 of you, or 6 of you, 13 of you said 6. So the winner is, I'm giving away 10 sets. That's how I came about that. Now what I'm going to do, since there's 62 people, I'm going to go to this little quick random generator thing here, and I'm going to put in, there's a 1 is the minimum, and 62 is the top, and I'm going to hit generate. And the first one is 54, number 54. The second one will be number 40. The next one is 12. After that is 55. Next one is 30. And we're halfway there, folks. The next one is 32. And number 18. And number 31. Oh, and number 2. And number 5. So there's our 10 winners. So let's go back over here quickly and pull that sheet back up. So what I had here is number 54. Number 54, TheNockingPoint, is a winner. Number 40 is tjport 1980, is a winner. Number 12. Number 12, Sean Simons. Whoops, where'd it go? Quit doing that. Back on my screen. There we go. Sean Simons is a winner. He's number 12. Number 55. Number 55 is, I gotta stretch this out a little bit. 55, Roderick Mark Cox. All right, he's a winner. Number 30, Aaron Hargis is a winner. Number 32 is Janan Cross. Number 18 is Phil Blake. Number 31 is Gennaro Dimartino. Anyway, there's your name. And let's see, number 2, if you're up at the top, Dumpster D is a winner. And last but not least, MintyX, number 5. Those are the 10 winners, folks. Hey, I appreciate you guys leaving comments. I will leave. What I need you guys to do now is leave me in my the bottom of the description, or the description on the YouTube video. There will be my email address. I need you guys to email me your contact information so I can promptly get these shipped out to you. I will, as soon as I get the email confirmation, or not email, the address, mailing address for each one of you guys. As I get them from you guys, I will ship out immediately, and look forward to getting feedback, comments from you. And congratulations to all the winners. As you can see, like I said, there are 62 people in here.
And as you see here, Badger Bob, he's always one that leaves a lot of great comments. He's the one that's actually where this video came from, or it started from, is this 18 horse Fastwin that we've been working on. So anyway, folks, thank you for participating. Thank you for watching my channel. Please feel free to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Always give me that thumbs up. Anybody that's watching this, give me that thumbs up. It's much appreciated on the YouTube algorithms. The more thumbs up I get, the more my videos get recommended for other people to watch, and we'll go forward from there. Thanks again, and let's get back to the other me standing in my shop.
Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed that giveaway. I had a lot of fun doing it. Those when you see those brackets, the six pieces plus the other additional pieces I threw in there, each one of those six, they take about 8 hours a piece to print on my 3D printer. I currently have, if you check out my other channel, it's RMD Creations. That's where I'm doing a lot of 3D type stuff over there, or 3D printing type stuff over there. This is one of the things that I've been printing. So yeah, you take 8 hours a piece times 6 pieces per set times 10 sets. You can guess how many hours it takes to do this. Each set I've got roughly $19 in materials in that I'm giving away to each one of you, not including the time it takes to do it. So like I said, I mean, looking forward to getting your feedback. I'm looking forward to seeing how they work for you. I've got them on my boats out there. One of them's out in the snow. The big boat is out in the snow with these things still in it. And it's got snow on top of it right now. And it's holding the weight of the snow, and it's holding the pressure. I'm excited to see when it thaws. The water's just going to shed right off of that cover without any issues whatsoever. But anyway, we'll catch you on the next video, folks. We'll get the rest of this old Fastwin put back together. Hopefully, next video, I can't make a promise that we'll see it run, but we'll see it in a lot fewer pieces, like one big assembly, hopefully. You guys get out there and have some fun. Don't be afraid to take on a project like this. Take your time with it. Be patient with it. Do your research online. Watch the videos of people messing with these things. That's why I put these videos out there, is I want to encourage other people to, you know, instead of throwing these old birds away, let's resurrect them. Let's bring them back. They're fun. It's fun to get an old motor out on the water. Honestly, you can pick these things up not running for a relatively decent price. You can pick up a boat by itself with no motor and a trailer. You can get something together for under $1,000. You could be out in the water fishing in your own boat and having a good time with your family, with your friends, with your kids. You know, whatever you need to do. Grandkids, everything in between. But that's why I do some of the things that I'm doing, is just I want to encourage people to get off the couch, do some of this stuff like this. Looks like I should spend more time working out than working out here, but that's a whole nother story. You guys get out there and have some fun. This is Michael saying thanks for joining the channel. Subscribe if you like what you see. You get notification of the next thing. And also, last but not least, if I've called your name out, email me. I need your contact information so I can mail you, get these winnings in the mail for you guys. So, this is Michael saying have a good time, folks, and I'm out.